What's up, Warhams? Welcome to episode 6 of the Crusade campaign. We've got Chris back today with his Genestealer Cults, and if you haven't checked out his Twitter, you should. The link is in the description. Let's get to Warhamming. So here is my Black Legion Crusade force for this battle. It's a battalion with 3 HQs and 3 troops and 1 elite and 3 dedicated transports. So for the troops, I've got 3 Chaos Space Marine squads. 2 of them have missile launchers and 2 of them have plasma guns. And then 1 of them is a 9-man squad, so they can fit in their Rhino with their Dark Apostle. And then all the sergeants have Chainsword Combi Bolter. After the last battle, this green squad here, they took a Battle Scar, which is Walking Wounded, so they'll be -1 inch for movement and -1 to their advance and charge rolls. But they also got a Battle Honor, and they have Veteran Warriors, so they reroll 1s to hit. So I've also upgraded my Sorcerer, so he knows 4 powers now, including Smite. He knows Diabolic Strength, Prescience, and Warp Time. What Diabolic Strength does is it gives +2 Strength and +1 attack to the target that he's casting. And then Prescience is +1 to hit for the squad that it targets, and then Warp Time lets a unit move as if it were the movement phase. The Terminators all have Chain Axes and Combi Meltas and 1 Reaper autocannon. And then my Dark Apostle, he knows Warp Sight Plea for his prayer, and the basic one that he gets, the Dark Zealotry, which is reroll hits in the fight phase. And then my Warlord, which is a Chaos Lord and Terminator armor. He's got the Black Mace, which gives +3 strength, -2 AP, and 2 damage. And for each model slain, on a D6 roll of 6 is another mortal wound. And then he has the Warlord trait Black Clad Brute, which is +1 strength. And then on a 4-up, when he charges, it deals D3 mortal wounds. Another thing that I gave my Sorcerer when he leveled up is Angel's Bane, which is a relic combi bolter from the Vigilus book, and it's a strength 5 bolter, -2 AP and 2 damage. The Rhinos in the back, they all have Havoc launchers, the basic combi bolter, and the combi flamer. I don't know how to represent 2 combi bolters and a Havoc launcher, but if y'all have any ideas, let me know. So this is my force. I will have 12 command points.
This is my Genestealer Cult force again. Goliath. The Goliath got improved in the last, as a result of the last battle, so he's now got an improved weapon, mastercrafted Incinerator, which basically turns it into damage 2. My Patriarch is still there. He's still got the chest wound, but he's still got the Artisan Bionics, which gives him +1 strength, and a Feel No Pain. Magus is there. My Kilomorph, Sanctus. We've got the Abominant here. He also got a bonus from last battle, so he's now also been cybernetically enhanced with a Friends-On Injector, which basically means he rerolls advances and charges.
Cool.
And he gets +1 attack on the charge. Got my unit of Aberrants, unit of 8 Genestealers, the unit of 5 Acolytes. Remember to get that right this time. They got improved last time, so they have Fleet of Foot now, which basically gives them +1 move, +1 advance, and +1 on the charge. And then my 2 units of Neophytes, one with Mining Laser, Seismic Cannon, Grenade Launcher, and Weber, and one with the same lot but without the Weber. So.
Awesome. For today's mission, we're playing Flanking Maneuver, which is an incursion-sized mission from Beyond the Veil. Pretty straightforward. There's an attacker and a defender. The Genestealer Cults will be the attackers, and the Black Legion will be the defenders. So the attackers have an objective placed in their deployment zone as specified in the rules, and then the defender places one objective marker wholly within their deployment zone and more than 3 inches away from the battlefield edge. You can score a maximum of 20 points per turn. You get 10 points if one or more units are wholly within your opponent's deployment zone, and 10 points if there are no enemies within range of the objective marker in your own deployment zone. Then there's an end game objective where if a player controls the objective marker in their opponent's deployment zone, that player scores 30 victory points. And the victor bonus for this mission is if the defender is the victor, then after the battle they can use the increased supply limit and rearm and resupply requisitions once each for free. And if the attacker is the victor, then they can select one unit from their army, excluding characters, vehicles, or monsters, and that unit gains a battle honor. The way we've got the board set up is that the cratered area here in the center is no man's land, and the L-shaped area that has ruins and buildings is the Genestealer Cult's deployment zone, and this rectangular area with 2 big buildings is the Black Legion deployment zone. As far as terrain goes, all of the 2-story buildings are obscuring, and all the craters are difficult ground, so they'll slow our movement by 2 inches. Both objective markers have been placed behind a piece of obscuring terrain so that we will have to get into each other's deployment zones to get the objective. And if you haven't done so already and you've been liking the videos, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps me out. So here we are after deployment. I have kind of castled up in this corner over by my objective marker. Got my 2 squads that are in their rhinos in this alleyway ready to zoom out across no man's land and rush the objective marker over there. I've got my empty rhino right here, hoping to maybe block this corner a little bit, and then this squad set up in the ruins so they can shoot out. All the Terminators are in deep strike, and I'll have to wait till next turn to bring them in. And then on the Genestealer Cult side, all we have is a bunch of blips, so I have no idea what's going on. But there's 8 of them over here, and I'll find out soon. Now we'll roll off for who gets the first turn. 3, 6. So you got it.
I'm going to give you first turn.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So we'll be back after the movement phase. So here's what it looks like after the movement phase. All 3 of these rhinos have advanced. These 2 did not get a very far advance roll. But after these 2 advance, they pop smoke. And then this one's over here patrolling and looking for deep strikers over here. The squad has stayed put on the objective and can't really see anything. So the cult has revealed itself, and so we've got a squad of neophytes over here, and then a big group of them back here by the objective, all hidden behind the obscuring terrain. So it looks like I don't have a shooting phase, so we'll end my turn here.
Okay.
The rhinos of the Elu of the Nine race across no man's land to investigate what could be setting off their Auspex scanners. The ruins of this bombed-out city were not supposed to be occupied by the Mechanicum or the Astra Militarum. Hearing the thunderous engines of Astartes' war machine screaming toward them, the Nightbringers prepare themselves to ambush these unwelcome intruders.
Movement phase done. We're being very cagey because I realise how difficult Black Legion is going to be, so we're hiding Goliath for a second. Just backed him into the ruins, keep our position. I am going to cast from my Magus. We are going to cast Undying Vigor on this unit here, which does not go off, and I'm going to CP reroll that. It does go off, so that gives them the 5 up, feel no pain. And then I am going to cast Psychic Stimulus. I'm going to cast Psychic Stimulus, same unit. Just knock off. And that, I think, is end of turn for me.
Alright.
Super cagey.
Yeah, fastest battle round in my life. So at the end of the battle round, we both end with 10 points for not having our enemies on our objectives. So we'll move on to Black Legion turn 2. So after the Black Legion movement phase, these 2 rhinos moved up again. I kept them outside 17 inches of that rock grinder just in case it wanted to charge them next turn. I've moved this rhino up, but not completely, to try to minimize a gap where I could get a deep striker in here. And this squad has stayed put. Still can't see anything, but they're holding the objective. And then I've deep struck my Terminators over here with my Sorcerer and my Chaos Lord. I had to squeeze in a tight formation to stay out of 9 of them and 9 of the Rock Grinder. So I'm going to try and take on the Rock Grinder head on with my Chaos Lord. So we'll move on to the Psychic phase. First psychic power I'm going to cast is Prescience, and I'm going to put it on the Terminators.
Which does what?
So it gives them +1 to hit in combat and shooting. So here is Prescience. So it goes off on a 6. So I'm going to use a command point and re-roll it. So 9.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
12.
All right, so I'll do his second psychic power, which is going to be Diabolic Strength on the Chaos Lord. It's got a warp charge of 6, and it goes off on a 10. Okay, and then I'm going to spend another command point for the Great Sorcerer, so he can cast a third psychic power, and he's going to do Smite, and it's going to be on this Neophyte squad here, because they're the closest. So it goes off on a 7. So D3 mortals for 3.
Okay.
Yeah, brutal. So now we'll move on to shooting. So I'm gonna do Veterans of the Long War on the Terminators. So they'll be getting +1 to wound, and they're gonna shoot all of their weapons into the Rock Grinder. So they've got combi meltas, and there's a Reaper autocannon as well.
And what's that? AP?
So AP, I think it's AP 3 or 4 for the meltas, and then AP 1 for the...
AP 1. How many melters do you have in that squad?
4.
4 melters.
Plus my Chaos Lord has a melta. So.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. So, I'll start off with the meltas shooting in. So they'll be hitting on... I'm not going to shoot the bolter side, so they'll be hitting on 3s.
Okay.
So 4 melta shots, hitting on 3s. We're rolling 1s because my Lord. So 4 hits. So strength 8.
So I've got 7, I think. Definitely 7, yeah.
Alright, so 3s. Oof. But they're getting +1 to wound, so 2 wounds because of Veterans of Long.
Okay. So 2 wounds and save is... So no save, just damage?
Yep, so 2d6, but they're not in Melta range, so they don't get the bonus. So 8.
So 8 damage, and then we get effectively feel no pains. 6s. Hey, there's 2.
Okay, so take 6.
6 damage.
Alright. And then we'll do the Reaper autocannon. 3 hits. So you're moving and shooting with a heavy weapon. And then strike 7, so 4s. But it'll be 3s because of veterans, so 2 wounds, -1. And then 1 damage each.
2 wounds at -1, so on 5 up. Save. And then 1 damage each.
Yeah.
And you've still got your Chaos Lord to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll re-roll one of these. CP. Yay! Pays off. So 1 goes through.
Yep.
Damage? 1.
Just 1 damage.
So 6, please. Hey!
Hey, you got it. Okay, so he's got 4 wounds left?
Yep.
Alright. So now we'll do the Chaos Lord. He's going to shoot his Combi Melta. And he'll do both sides since he's Ballistic Skill 2, so he'll be hitting on 3s. So the Melta first hits. I need a 3. I'm going to command reroll that. So wounds -4, so d6. for 2.
2 damage.
Yeah.
So 6s. Nope. So 2, 3.
And then his bolter side. So 2 hits. Nothing.
Dodge a bullet.
Yeah.
Literally.
And then what else? Oh, his relic bolter. So the sorcerer is gonna shoot in at this neophyte squad right here next to them.
Okay.
So 4 shots, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, and then strength 5 because it's a relic. So 3s, and then it's -2.
Okay.
But they're getting covered.
So it's just a -1, so it's 5 up. Nope.
Cool. And it's 2 damage. That matters. All right. And then
Iterated.
yeah. And I think that's it for shooting. So we'll move on to charges. So I'm going to start with my Chaos Lord. Let's see if he can charge that truck. So charge distance 7. So I'm going to need to do better than that. So I'm going to command reroll it. Boxcars. Yeah, so he makes it.
Sorry,
you can Overwatch. Yeah, definitely.
Sure. So we're Overwatching on Goliath, so he gets 2d6 with his incinerator. So that's 6, and I think I'm going to command reroll that. Oh, still 6. Okay, so it's 6 automatic hits.
Alright.
It's strength 5 versus toughness
4.
4, so I need 3s. So 4 wounds at -1.
So 3 ups.
Nice.
All good.
And then 3 with the stubber. 1 hit. And wound. Strength 4 versus toughness 4, 0 AP.
Yeah, so 2 up. Good, barely.
Sure.
Alright. So I guess he makes it.
Yep.
And then I will try the same thing with my sorcerer into the truck. Does not make it. And I'll declare the Terminators at the neophytes there.
Okay.
Which they do make it. Going the wrong direction, but kind of worth it. So with his Warlord trait, Black-Clad Brute, on a 4-up, he deals D3 mortal wounds when he gets into combat. So there's that roll. So
3 mortal wounds.
D3.
Oh.
So there's a chance.
2.
Set it for 2.
Okay, and effectively he gets ramshackle, so up.
Oh.
Say 1.
So it's down to 1 wound.
1 wound. I'm not sure I actually wanted to do that, but that's fine.
Yeah. And then, so now the attacks. So he gets 4 attacks base. And then with Hateful Assault, he gets 5. And then with Diabolic Strength, that gives him 6. And he's Strength 4 normally, +3 for the Black Mace, +1 for Black-Clad Brutes. That makes him 8, and then +2 for Diabolic Strength. So he's Strength 10, 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. So all hit. Strength 10, so 3s. So all but 1.
Oh.
So that's 5, and it's -2. 2 damage each.
-2, so they get a 6-up save, which I don't make a single one off. And then how much damage is that?
2 per.
2 per, so 10 damage.
Yes.
Alright, this would be the biggest roll ever if I managed to get 10 6s in a row. Oh, he's so dead. He is so dead. Does he blow up? Hopefully not, yes. All good. It'll be a bad time for my neophyte unit. Facing up against 6 Chaos Terminators, 5 Chaos Terminators.
Yeah. Not a good, not a fun
This
time.
is not going to be a happy moment, but
Yeah.
the sacrifice is not in vain, brothers.
Here's the Terminators coming into the poor little neophyte squad. So hitting on 3s.
Some misses.
Yeah, some misses. And
They're not infallible.
no. And then it's strength. I don't remember what they just errated it, but it's probably 3s, definitely.
Yes.
Well, are they toughness 3?
Toughness 3.
It might be.
2, maybe.
It might be. So let me roll and we'll see. Then we've got 7 wounds coming in -1 AP.
So -1. So they're normally on a 5, I think. So 6s I'm looking for. So say 1, and then damages. Whatever it is.
Yeah, it's just 1 damage.
Obliterated.
Ugh. Alright, so here we are after the consolidation. So my Terminators have moved back toward these neophytes, and my Chaos Lord is close, but not in the fray yet, up in here. So we'll move on to Genestealer Cult's turn 2. Lord of Byram, invigorated by the ruinous powers funneled into him by his trusted sorcerer Kurum, rushes into the enemy lines, ready to unleash his wrath. Seeing the overzealous Astartes standing alone in their midst, the Nightbringers move to surround and overwhelm this intruder.
So you've basically stirred up the hive. My Genestealers have kind of shot past your Chaos Lord using the advanced move. They only got 1, but they're coming out here. My Aberrants and Abominant all moved forward towards your Chaos Lord. My Patriarch and my Magus both did normal moves as well, just to kind of get them within range and hopefully try and use some Psychic. My Sanctus and my Calibmorph both appeared from Deep Strike, and my Acolytes used a normal move to move up here to get within pistol range.
Gotcha.
So that's all the movement.
It looks like my Chaos Lord got a little ambitious.
He may have overreached, but
Yeah.
we'll see. He's a pretty tough character, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see whether he survives the barrage or not.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's get into it, I guess.
Yeah, so we're going to start by putting, with my Magus, we're going to cast Undying Vigor on my Genestealers. So
That's an 8.
that goes off.
What does that do again?
That gives him the 5 up, feel no pain.
Okay, and what other powers do you have that are castable?
He's got Psychic Stimulus and Smite.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try
And
to...
it's actually going off on a 9 because he's within 1 inch.
Gotcha. Okay. So they both have 2 casts?
No, he's got 2 casts. Magus has 2 casts. My Patriarch has 1.
What can your Patriarch cast?
He casts Mass Hypnosis or Smite or Mental Onslaught, which is the leadership.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll let that one go, because 9's pretty big.
Okay, and then the second power from him, he's going to cast Smite on a 9.
Which is a 10, because of the...
10 because of the power, yeah.
Yep. Ooh. Yeah, I'll try it.
Ooh.
7, so no. Alright.
Close.
Yeah, goes off.
1d3, the big 3. Off.
Alright.
Cast Mass Hypnosis on your Chaos Lord. 6. I don't think that goes off. Shooting.
Okay.
We're going to start with the Calibmorph.
All right.
So Calibmorph is going to unload everything into your Chaos Lord.
Okay.
So he gets 6 shots with pistols hitting on 2s. It's a lot of 1s. And then for each successful hit, he gets to shoot another time, basically. So he does still get 6 hits.
All right.
Strength 4 versus toughness 5.
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4, so needing 4s. So that's 3 3 at -1, 2 damage.
Okay, so 3 up armors. 2 go through.
Okay, so that's 4 damage.
Alright, I need to re-roll one of those then.
Yeah.
Alright, 1 goes through, so he's down to 1 wound.
Down to 1 wound. Okay, and then the next unit is going to be this unit of Acolytes.
Okay.
So they have 4 hand flamers on them, which is 46 automatic hits. That's 8, 13, 14. So this is strength 3 versus toughness 4, so we're just looking for 5s, 6s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6, 0 AP.
Alright, so 2 ups. 2 1s.
2 1s.
So it's more than enough.
Hand flamers.
Yeah, kill my warlord.
Toasty. So next shooting is going to be my. How many wounds does your sorcerer have?
He's got 5 wounds, and then he halves the damage rounding up that he receives because he has a warlord.
Oh,
trait.
the halving damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indomitable.
We're going to start with this unit firing everything into your sorcerer.
Okay.
So I think everything should be able to see, right?
Yeah.
Assuming we can fire across this.
Oh yeah.
So we'll start with a mining laser.
Okay.
Which hits. And definitely wounds. It's -3.
Alright, so 5 up invul. He's good. Rolled a 6, yeah, that was lucky.
Unbelievable. And then we'll go to the grenade launcher. So we're going to fire a crack,
Okay.
which misses. And then I don't think he's within 12 of that seismic laser, whatever it is. No, just outside. So the seismic cannon is going to fire his normal long-range shots, basically. Oh, wow.
Wow.
And it's strength 3 versus toughness 4, so 4s and 6s. So 2 go through at 0 AP, and 1 goes through at -4 AP.
Okay, so the 2 at 0. 2 ups. 1 goes through.
It's just 1 damage.
Okay. And then the 1
is 4.
5 up invul. And he's good on that one.
Okay.
So it's down to 5 wounds.
So then the Weber has Salty 3. It gets 2 shots, which automatically hit, and it's strength 4 versus toughness 4, so not that. And then auto guns is basically the rest of it.
Yep.
So 5 auto guns, 6 shots basically,
Okay.
and 4s.
Pretty good.
Hits.
Yeah.
Strength 3, this is so
5s.
2 wounds,
Yeah.
-0 AP.
Alright, 2 ups. Alright, both good.
Okay. So that's that entire unit shot.
Alright.
We'll go to the Sanctus.
Okay.
So he's targeting your
Psyker.
Psyker. So it's 1 shot hitting on 2s. Thank goodness he hit. And then it's strength 4 versus toughness 4, but he gets +1 to wound. Oh, and I'm gonna come on re-roll that.
Alright.
Come on, everything. Oh, good grief. Meant to be. Meant to be. So I think that is end of my shooting.
Alright.
Yeah, end of the shooting. So charges.
Alright.
We're going to charge the sorcerer with my Genestealers.
Okay.
6. Should be
Yeah.
plenty, just about. Just about enough. That's about it for
charges?
charges.
Alright. So combat?
So combat, yeah. So obviously this unit is going to be there. They're going to pile in. So
Rapid.
squeeze round as much as possible just to be able to get as many of them in
Yeah.
as we can. So there's 8 of them, and
Each have 3 attacks. Put them on 3s. And they are using their claws, so it's basically strength 4 versus toughness 4. So looking for 4 and above.
Okay.
So those 2 are on -4 AP.
Alright.
And then we've got 4 on the regular -1 AP.
Okay, so the -4, so I need 5s. So 1 gets through. What's the damage?
Just 1 damage.
Just 1 damage? Okay. So that brings him down to 3 so far. And then I've got how many?
And then you've got 4.
-1.
Okay, 4. So 4 3-ups. Ugh, 2 more. I'm gonna command reroll 1 of these. So that's good. So 1 goes through, so he's down to 2 ones. Alright. So then his attacks back. So 4 attacks hitting on 3s. Oh,
Oh,
brutal. And then
That's tough.
yeah, wounding on 3s. 1 wound -2.
okay, so he's on a 5-up invulnerable.
And then D3 damage.
D3 damage.
1.
That's the 1, and then they've got a 5-up feel no pain. So 1 dies.
Alright. So, don't believe there's any morale to be taken. So, we end the battle round where we both have 20 points. And we'll move on to Chaos Space Marines turn 3. So here's everything after the Black Legion movement phase. I've advanced this Rhino out now that the Deep Strikers have appeared. He got a big advance roll, but I had to move through 2 different craters, so he lost 4 inches on his movement. And then these 2 Rhinos got 6s for their advance, and with the Black Legion trait, they'll be able to fire those combi bolters as if they were assault weapons. So I've moved these Terminators up, but they can't see much because the Rhinos are there. So they'll probably just end up charging these Genestealers here. So we'll move into Psychic, and I'm going to start off with Diabolic Strength on my Sorcerer. So it goes off on a 10.
So my Magus basically allows any unit within 6 inches to deny a power cast within 12 inches, as if they were a psychic.
Okay.
Which basically chains from him to the neophytes to your
Gotcha. Sorcerer.
to your sorcerer.
So
Which
8.
is an 8.
So he still gets it.
Still gets it off. Yep.
Alright, and then he's going to cast Smite on the Genestealers.
Okay.
So Boxcars,
Ooh.
Perils, but it's a super Smite.
It would potentially kill him, right?
It would. I
But
would
he
have
would
it.
also explode, which would deal even more mortal wounds to everybody.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it because he halves the mortal wound. He halves what he takes from the perils. So
Takes D3 mortal wounds first.
okay. So he takes 1, and then D6 on the Genestealers. I'm going to command reroll that. Ow!
And
2.
they're on a 5-up feel no pain. Hey!
They're good.
Yep.
Well, that was useless. All right. So now we'll move on to. No, I don't need to burn a command point for prescience, but I was thinking about it. No, it'll be okay. So we'll move on to shooting. We'll start with this front Rhino that can see that neophyte squad there. So with the Black Legion trait, they can shoot rapid fire as if they were assault. So I'm going to do the Combi Flamer first, so I'll do the flamer half. So d6 number of hits for 6. 6 auto hits, wounding on 3s. So 5 wounds.
Okay.
And you get cover.
This is 4 up. So 2 go through.
Alright. So then the other combi bolter is going to be rapid fire 2, so I only get 2 shots because it turns into assault 2, and it's going to be hitting on 4s. They both miss. So then the other rhino can't see because the terrain is obscuring. So we'll move on to charges. So I'm going to charge the Terminators into the Genestealers.
Okay.
Get that charge distance.
Ooh.
Plenty.
They make it. No doubt about that. We've now got a sorcerer wrapped by Genestealers, wrapped by Terminators.
Yeah.
It's going to be just a whole roll of fun over here.
Yeah. So here are the Terminators attacking the Genestealers, hitting on 3s. So the Terminator scored 7 wounds on the Genestealers.
7 wins, so 5 saves. Wow, only made 1. So 6 go through. Damage.
1.
Pretty good Undying Vigor roll. 5 ups. Just 1, so 5 go through.
Alright. I wish it was the old rules where I got to pick the next combat, but...
yeah, so... Genestealers. So 3 attacks each.
Yep.
And it's all on the sorcerer.
Alright.
So hitting on 3, so 4 hit, and it's looking for 4s, so just 1.
Alright.
Minus 1.
Alright, it's for all the marbles. 3 up save. It's good.
Oh, we're good. All missed. Wow.
Yeah. So he must be feeling his wounds because all of his attacks missed. So,
Okay.
so that's the end of Black Legion turn 3. Yeah.
Wow.
Quick game so far.
Yep.
Alright. So we'll be back with Genestealer Cults movement phase.
Okay, so I've done a couple of things. A fallback with my Genestealers. And that's to allow my Sanctus to be able to target the 1 wound sorcerer and hopefully kill him. It'd be awesome if that happens. My neophytes have kind of come in against the wall here. Definitely going to look to kind of move up against the wall maybe and do some damage on the rhinos, maybe. My Abominants moved up to engage for my Aberrants. My Patriarch, my Magus, and my Calamorph have just moved slightly closer. The Calamorph is in range of the Terminators, so hopefully he's going to get some shots off. And my Acolytes are kind of conga lining through the back here, trying to make their way towards that rhino. So hopefully we're ready for like charge and shooting. It's going to be critical whether it works or not, and whether I get enough units cleared. So we'll see. We're going to start with my Patriarch casting Mass Hypnosis on the Terminators. 6. That does not go off. So my Magus is now going to cast Undying Vigor on the Acolytes, which does go off.
Alright, I might try to deny that.
Okay.
Nope.
And then he's going to cast Smite, I think. So 4 plus the 1, I should be within 3 inches. Yep. So it goes from a 5.
Okay.
I think it's going to go off against your Rhino.
Yep.
So
3.
Now the all-important shooting phase. So we're going to start with the Calamorph into your Terminators.
Okay.
So 6 shots, hitting on 2s. Wow, that's extremely lucky. And because he gets 6 hits, he gets 6 more shots. Again, on 2s.
Alright.
And then strength 4 versus toughness
4.
4, so 4s. So only translates to 3.
Alright.
-1.
3 up saves. 1 goes through.
So it's 2 damage.
2 damage. I'm going to command reroll. Good.
Okay. So that's him done. We'll fire with my Sanctus against your Sorcerer. So
Alright.
hitting on 2s. And I've got to re-roll that. So hits, and then strength 4 versus toughness 4. So wounds, and that is a mortal wound.
Alright, so that does it.
So that does it. And because it's the mortal wound and that's the last one, it just kills him. He doesn't suffer perils or explode or anything, unfortunately.
Love it.
So we're just going to do all the flamer. Well, let's start with this squad actually.
Okay.
So they're all going to fire into the front rhino.
Alright.
So with the heavy mining laser, misses, and with the grenade launcher for a crack grenade, hits, and strength 6 was 7, so no, does not wound. And then we're going to use the mining laser on its kind of highest setting. So 3 hits, and this is strength 6.
5. Jeez.
3. Unbelievable. And the Weber is D3 assault, so just the 1, and it's strength 4. Nope. And don't know how many. We've got a bolt pistol in there, so we'll run a bolt pistol, which misses. And we've got 1, 2, 3 auto guns, all of which within short range. So 6 shots. Hitting on 4s, so 4 of them hit. 2 wounds.
Nice.
It's the auto guns that are going to do it.
Yeah. So 2 3-ups. 1 goes through.
Wow. There you go. 1 damage. Magus, I think, has a auto pistol.
Alright.
We're really getting desperate now. So hits on a 5 and fails to wound. And I think that is all the shooting.
Alright.
Yeah, all the shooting done. So all important charge phase.
Yes.
My Abominant is going to charge your Terminators.
Okay.
And he can't be Overwatched because he's got.
Gotcha.
Oh, no, he can be Overwatched this time. Yeah.
I'm going to save my Overwatch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 7 should make it in. And now my Aberrant squad here are going to charge the Terminators 2. So they don't make it. And I'm going to command re-roll that. Do make it.
Yeah.
Acolyte squad is going to charge the Rhino.
Okay, I will Overwatch with this one. And we'll be back after I roll everything. So the Rhino was able to kill 2 on Overwatch.
I'm going to put my Patriarch into the same unit. 5. It may not actually make it. I don't think it does. So, everything else can stay as is, I think.
Alright.
We're going to start with my Aberrant squad.
Okay.
We're going to pay 1 CP to overthrow the oppressors.
Alright.
So this basically on a 6 allows them to roll for another hit.
Gotcha.
So, and then because they're within range of my Abominant, basically 6 will generate 2 hits.
Okay.
So on a 6 they'll have 2 hits instead of 1, and they'll roll for another hit. Which
Gotcha.
doesn't in turn generate anything else.
Sweet.
So hopefully they're going to stack up and do it this time.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the leader. So he was going to get 3 attacks with his stop sign, 6 attacks with his stop sign.
Alright.
So he's hitting on 3s. So it's 3 gets 4 hits. Those 2 6s generate 2 automatic hits, and then they generate 2 more rolls, which 1 more hits.
Alright.
7 hits, and the strength is 10 versus the toughness, so 2s. And that is at -1 AP, 2 damage, so 6.
So 6 3-ups. Ooh. Alright, 3 went through. That would be 3 dead, so I have to command reroll one of those.
Okay.
Oh
no.
it's still 3 dead.
And then he gets another attack with his hypermorph tail. So again hit on 3, which misses. And then the rest of the squad get basically 6 attacks with their power picks.
Okay.
So they're hitting on 3s. That generates an additional hit, and also it's an additional attack, so 5 in total. And this is strength 5 versus toughness 4, right? So
Yep.
3s. So 3, and that's -2 D3 damage.
Okay. So 3 4-ups. Oh. How much?
D3.
Okay.
So just the 1.
Alright.
And then they get 6 attacks with rending claws. So again hitting on 3s. And again, that 6 generates an extra hit
Alright.
and an extra roll, which also hits. So 7 hit, and it's strength 5. So all of those go through, and it's -1 AP, 1 damage.
Alright. 3-ups.
Oof.
How much damage?
Just 1 apiece.
Just 1 piece. So that would wipe them. So we got 1 on 1 wound, and then the other guy's at full strength, so that's wiped.
Okay.
Brutal.
Yeah. And then we're going to consolidate.
Hopefully you don't destroy it.
Well, that's the plan. We'll see. We'll see how able I am. Okay, and then we've got acolytes to fight.
Yep.
So we'll start with the normal guys. So 2 attacks each, so 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, so just 2 hit, and it's strength 4, so needing 5s and 6s.
Nice.
6s, right?
Yeah. So it's toughness 7.
Toughness 7 versus strength 4, so yeah, 5s and 6s. So -1. One of them is on -1, and one of them is on -4.
Okay, so the -4 goes through, and then the -1's a 3-up or 4-up. Perfect, which I got. And
Okay, so it's just 1 damage from that.
Okay. So it's down to 4 wounds.
And then they get 4 attacks with cultist knives. So just 2 attacks. So one goes, and it's strength user, so it doesn't make it through.
Alright.
And then the final guy has got 2 attacks, but with his trusty rock saw. So that's the one I needed. So that generates another chance to hit, which goes through. So it's strength 8, so 3s. I don't think I've had a command reroll this phase, have I? Or have I?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I know I did.
So it's 2 wounds, -4, and each one is 2 damage.
Alright, so that's enough to kill it.
So does it explode? I guess the
Yeah.
critical thing that I'm really hoping does not happen. Of course
Oh,
it does.
yes.
Of course it does.
Alright.
Wow.
So it's, let me see.
Wow. So let's just see. That is literally my Kellamorph, my Patriarch, my Acolytes, my all that lot, and your squad over there.
Alright. Okay, so, I guess we'll start over here. So, who all was in range?
It's basically Kellamorph,
Yeah, Killer Morph, Patriarch.
Patriarch, these lot, this lot, this lot, and
Gotcha. Alright, so we'll start with the Killer Morph. It's for 3.
for 3. Okay, so he's just got to wear those, unfortunately.
Alright. The Patriarch for 2. The Neophytes for 2. Acolytes for 2.
2. So they get 5 up feel no pain.
Yep. Oh!
That's critical.
That is critical.
In fact, my Patriarch actually has a feel no pain as well.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking about it. He got upgraded in the last battle, after the last battle with his Artisan Bionic. So he has also a 5 up feel no pain. I think he got 2. So he's only taking 1.
Yep. Okay. Abominants.
The Aberrants, the unit.
Aberrants.
Yep.
Yeah, Aberrants. For 1.
For 1. And they get a natural 5 up feel no pain. And they get +1 for this round because of the thing I did. One of them takes 1 damage.
Alright. They got multiple wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. And then your Abominant for 3.
My Abominant for 3. So he also has a 5 up feel no pain, so effectively a 4 up feel no pain. Yeah. Takes all 3.
Let's see if I can fit anybody out of the Rhino. So with the emergency disembarkation, I can only fit 1 guy out without being in engagement range. I'm wholly within 3 inches, so I gotta do his escape roll. So on a 1, he'll die anyway. It's a 2.
So close.
So he lives, but he's the only survivor from his squad. Brutal.
Very brutal. And I think this is going to allow me to consolidate towards the nearest with this unit that killed him.
Yep.
That fought last. So.
Are you gonna tag him or just be close
yeah,
to him?
no, we're going to tag.
Alright, so there aren't any other charging combats, are there?
No.
Alright, so the sergeant attacks back after getting piled into. He gets 3 attacks. And he on 3s, and they all miss. Makes sense.
He's
a little...
very shaken.
Yeah.
Very shaken getting out of that Rhino.
Alright, so...
So morale?
Yeah, morale, so he lost 9. So he needs a 1. I'll roll it. Oh, it's a 6.
Cool.
So, yep, he's gone. So
He's gone. And then I think all of my guys are effectively immune to morale because they're within 6 of the Patriarch.
gotcha. We're ending battle round 3, and the score is 30 to 40 Black Legion ahead right now. Not for long though. This is a devastating turn. So, all right, we'll move on to Black Legion turn 4. All right, so here's what it looks like after the Black Legion movement phase. I've hopped out of the Rhino before it can get destroyed and have something similar happen again. And then I'm planning to unload on all these things here and try to move forward a little bit. My Dark Apostle, he's on that side, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him yet. And then I move this tank up a little bit, so now I can start shooting in as well. So I've stayed put with that squad, starting to question my decision because they feel like they're being useless back here, but might be a matter of time before he gets back here in my deployment zone, so I don't know. But we'll move on to the shooting phase. So I wasn't able to do my prayer because he started the turn, my Dark Apostle started his turn in the Rhino. But we'll start with this Space Marine squad. So I'm going to burn 2 command points on Let the Galaxy Burn, which lets me re-roll all misses for Chaos Space Marine squads, and then Veterans of the Long War, which is going to add +1 to wound. So I'm going to put the Combi Bolter and the Plasma into the Abominant, and then all the Bolters into the Aberrants. So I'll start with the Plasma Gun, and it's supercharged. 3s re-rolling. The 2 hits, so strength 8. Toughness.
Toughness is 5, I think.
So I would normally need 3s, but with Veterans I need 2s.
Okay.
So 2 wounds minus 3.
2 wounds, so he's got a 4-up invulnerable.
Both go through and
Both
both
go
2
through.
damage.
And I'm going to do Lookout Sir on this, or my unquestionable loyalty. That's what it is. So on a 4-up, basically, I can pass one of those over to, well, both of them effectively, over to this unit and kill 2 of those if I open. So neither of those goes off, so both go through, and then I've got a 5-up shrug.
Okay.
We are looking for 5 ups, and neither one make it. So he is in fact dead.
Okay.
Done.
Well, that feels good. So next I'll do all the bolter fire from this squad into the aberrants.
Yep.
Bolters scored 12 wounds on the aberrants.
0 AP, right? So 5s. Save 3, and then we're looking for 4s for the bolter shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 go through, which would kill that one. So that's 1, and then 2 more.
Now that squad is shot, we will go to this rhino. I don't know how greedy I want to get. I'm gonna shoot with this rhino because it has less options. So I'm gonna shoot the Havoc launcher and both combi bolters at the aberrants.
Okay.
Flamers out of range. So we'll start with the Havoc launcher. So D6 number of shots for 5. Hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 3s. So 1 wound, AP 0.
AP 0, so they want a not that, and 4 up.
Oh, nice. And then that's 6 bolter shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. So 2 wounds, AP 0.
Oops. So 4 to 1. So both go through, and 1 gets saved. So 1 goes through.
Sorry. So 1's on 1 wound.
Yep.
Alright. And then I'm going to choose to not get greedy and dump this whole second rhino into them as well. So flamer, number of shots. 1. I need a 4. Nothing. Alright, then the bolter attached to that flamer will be hitting on 4s because it's combi. And then 4s again, so 2.
So 1 goes through, and what's damage?
Just 1. Good? Yeah. Alright, then the other combi bolter, so 4. Hitting on 3, so that's 3. And then hitting on 4s, so 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Jeez. And then the Havoc launcher for 4. So, hitting on 3s. Oof. And then wounding on 3s.
Okay. No save, it's 1 damage, right?
Yep.
And he's fine.
Wow. Really tanking those shots.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to take a big risk and do Demon Shell with my Dark Apostle. I'm going to be shooting at the aberrants.
Yep.
So this cannot be re-rolled, so I need a 3-up. It's okay. If I miss, my Dark Apostle would have taken D3 mortal wounds, but they'll be taking D3 mortal wounds for 1.
Just a 1, so 4 up. And it's fine.
Alright. So that is all my shooting. So we're going to get into charges. So I'm going to start with my Dark Apostle. He's going to charge into the Neophytes.
Okay.
So that is a 6. Okay, well then I'll charge the Space Marines into the aberrants.
Okay.
So 7. So they will hop in there. So now we'll move to combat. We'll start with my Dark Apostle. So 4 attacks in the Dark Apostle into the Neophytes, hitting on 2s. And then Strength 5, so wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at -1.
I think that 5 saves and 1 doesn't.
Okay, so 2 damage.
Hey, perfect. So 2 die.
Okay. Alright, and then we will do all the chainsword attacks into the aberrants.
I'm playing 2CP to interrupt.
God, about that.
So, yeah, I'm going to try and make these aberrants work for me as much as possible before they die. We're also playing Overthrow the Oppressors. So that's another CP, which basically gives them that same 6 generates extra attacks.
Gotcha.
So, picks.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets 2 attacks with his power picks. 1 hits. Strength of 5. It's just that, so that doesn't wound. He then gets 2 attacks with rending claws. Hey, it also which generates chops for 2 more. Jets another one, so it's 3. And, it's strength 5 versus toughness 4, right? So
yep.
1 goes through at -1 AP and 1 is at -4 AP.
Okay, so the 4 goes through, which kills 1, and then the -1 you said for the other?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So 4 up, which also goes through. So 2 down.
Leader.
Yep.
With the stop sign. So he gets 6 attacks with the stop sign, and he generates 2 more attacks with those. So these are strength 10. So 2s. Still manages to roll 2 1s, and these are -1 damage. -1 damage too.
Okay, so how many?
5.
5. Okay, so 5 4-ups. Wow. Alright. So 4 more go through.
And then he gets +1 attack with his tail. Which is...
Oh, it missed. Okay. Alright, well. Chainsword attacks, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. So 1 wound, -1.
So, -1. Yep, that goes through. That's damage 1, right?
Yep.
So 4 up. Nope. So
Alright.
kills this dude.
Alright, Sergeant. Alright, then the other 4 regular attacks. So hitting on 3s, and then wounding on 4s. Just 1.
1. So he doesn't save, and then 1 damage, right?
Yep.
So it goes through, so he's got 1 wound.
Ugh. Well, I wish I hadn't forgot about interrupting. Brutal. Okay, your attack's back with the Neophytes.
So the Neophytes, 3 normal guys, and none of them hit, and then the leader's got 2 attacks, +1 with a chainsword. So 1 hits, and doesn't hit. So,
Alright.
all for naught.
Yeah. Okay, so do you morale on anybody? Or is your patriarch too
yeah,
close?
so it's going to be morale on him, and 3, and they lost, I think 4, so that'll be 7, and they on leadership 8, so
Oh, cool.
they're good.
Sweet. Yeah, high
The
leadership.
Marines,
Yeah, the Marines. So their leadership 9, and they lost 6. So they need a 1, 2, or 3. Good.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. It's a bloodbath.
Oh yeah.
Bloodbath in this alley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they auto pass since they're on the objective. Anyway.
Oh.
So just remember that. Mission rules. Okay. So we'll move on to Genestealer Cults turn 4.
Okay. Movement's finished. I basically tucked my 2 remaining Genestealers over there. Considering what they're going to do. This guy stayed in combat with them. I did cult reinforcements, which basically brought this squad back up to full size, and they just moved forward. My Patriarch moved forward. My neophytes fell out and onto that objective, and then all my characters kind of tucked in a little conga line behind, with the hope that we're not going to be seen by anything. So that's the end of movement. Psychic, I think, is going to be pretty easy. So we're going to cast Undying Vigor on Acolytes here, which goes off, and then they're going to cast Smite. Oops.
Super Smite.
Super Smite.
Could kill my Dark Apostle.
Could kill your Dark Apostle, but it's also going to put wounds on me, which is going to be a pain, and I think I'm going to end up killing your Dark Apostle anyway, so... D3 mortals on myself, of course, it's 3. So my Magus has just really powered up. And then D6 mortals on your Apostle, so 3 as well.
Dark Apostles at 1 wound left.
And then my Patriarch is going to cast Mass Hypnosis on the Rhino.
Okay.
Which goes off.
So what does that do?
Basically prevents him firing Overwatch.
Oh, gotcha.
-1 to hit and fights last in the fight phase.
Gotcha.
And that's the end of Psychic.
All right.
So shooting. We're going to start with the trusted you, Calamorph. So he gets 6 shots. This is on the Dark Apostle. On 2s. So 5 hit, which means he gets 5 more rolls. Hit, and then it's strength 4 versus toughness 4, so 6 wounds at -1.
4 ups. Nope, he's dead.
Super dead. What's good about that is my the rest of my units within 6 inches now get +1 on their hit.
Oh wow.
Which is kind of handy because otherwise they're basically useless at shooting anything.
Yeah.
So I don't think really anything can shoot much.
Flame my tank.
Yeah, we're definitely going to flame the tank, and I think my Sanctus is probably going to have a pop at the tank as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the Sanctus, he hits on 2s, which he does. He wounds.
It's toughness 7.
So strength 4, toughness
+1 to wound.
7, and I don't think that it goes off. I don't think that relic actually works on vehicles.
Gotcha.
Gift from beyond. Yeah, so it doesn't work on a vehicle.
Okay.
So it doesn't wound.
All right.
I don't think any of these guys can see anything apart from this unit and the combat. And I'm gonna, I guess, unload everything into the flamer, into the Rhino. So 46 flamer shots. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Them's the breaks. So 3, so needing 6s. So there's actually 4 wounds, 0
Well,
AP.
Yeah, pretty good.
It's not bad.
So 4 3-ups. One goes through. Yep.
And I think that's the end of my shooting. So now it's just down to
Combat.
charges, yeah. We are going to multi-charge with this unit into the Marines and the Rhino. So they definitely get that.
Yep.
So he's going to go around there because the Roxor needs to be on that. I guess we're going to charge the Patriarch into it as well.
Okay. Oof.
He definitely makes it.
Want to come out of the building?
No, surprisingly enough, I do not want to come out of that building. Yeah, so we'll start with this unit here.
Gotcha.
So it's 6 attacks with rending claws on your Marines.
Okay.
From those 3 nearest.
Gotcha.
The other 2 are going to go on the Rhino.
Sweet.
So these are with the rending claws, and they are hitting on 3s. So 5 hits, and it's strength 4. So 3 wounds at -1.
3 4-ups. So 1 goes through.
1 goes through, and then they get 3 more attacks with cultist knives. So 2 hits, 1 wound, 0 AP.
Alright, 1 3-up. Oh. That's it. No, I still have 1 left.
1 left, yeah. And then the attacks from the rest of them onto the Rhino.
Okay.
So we get 2 attacks with the Roxor, hit on 3s, so both hit. It's strength 8, so 1 wound, it's -4.
Alright, no save.
2 damage.
Okay. So he's down to 4 wounds.
Then 3 attacks on my leader, bone sword. So 2 hits, strength 4, so 1 wound, -2.
So 4 up. Goes through. Damage.
Just 1. And then my Patriarch.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
He gets 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, and strength 7.
So 4s.
And luckily, he rerolls. He rerolls his wound rolls.
Gotcha.
So, grief.
Was it just 1s to wound or all wounds?
It rerolls all wounds.
Oh, so you get to reroll those 3s.
Yeah. So
There you go. 1 goes through.
So 1 goes through, and it's -3.
Okay, so 6 up. Nope.
And it's D3 damage, just 2.
That brings it down to 1. Close.
Okay. Close, but no cigar. You paying to interrupt on that guy?
Well, then after charging units, I picked them.
Oh yeah,
first.
you pick.
Yeah, so there you go. So 3 attacks onto the aberrant. 1 hit. Need a 4 to wound. Miss. Or does not wound.
Okay. And then his text back. Text with his stop sign. All hit. And it's strength 10.
Yep.
5 wounds, -1, 2 damage.
So 5 4-ups. Yep, he's dead. Down to a squad and 2 rhinos.
It's been a tough fight in this corner. I don't think we've got out of Butcher Alley, as we shall call it.
Oh, I know.
I think you've safely run away with the game. I don't think there's any way I can catch you. So at this point, I'm just fighting to keep my units going,
Yeah.
keep them alive, keep them getting some XP,
Yep.
and we'll see where we go.
We'll move on to Black Legion, turn 5. So movement was pretty quick for me. I just backed out of combat with that tank so I can shoot with the other one. These guys have stayed put and have been useless, so we'll move into the shooting phase. So the only thing that can shoot is this rhino right here, so gonna then load everything into the Acolytes.
Okay.
So I strategically moved him to be just within 12 inches of them, so I'm gonna shoot that flamer. So number of shots, 6.
Oh.
And then wounding on 3s. Wow.
That's good.
That's good. Should have done
So
better.
5.
5, yeah. 5 at AP 0.
AP 0. So they're on a 5 up save. So saved 1. And then they've got a 5 up shrug. So 4 down. That is not great.
And then the Havoc launcher, number of shots, 3. Hitting on 3s, they all miss. Bolter side of the flamer, almost forgot. Need 4s, 2 hits. 3s to win. So 2
Okay.
AP 0.
So save both.
And then the other combi bolter. So hitting 3s. And then wounding on 4s or 3s. I'm not sure.
Okay. So 1 saved, 1 goes through, and I think that's him.
Alright. So I got a rhino kill.
A rhino kill.
Alright, that's the end of my turn. So I generated my 20 victory points, so I'm at 80 victory points. So we'll move on to Genestealer Cult's turn 5.
Keeping myself out of explosion range with all my characters are on 1 wound. Just move my neophytes up, so they've still got the objective, not that it matters, and so that they can shoot out the windows. And my patriarch has gone up, and he's going to see if he can get a kill as well.
Cool.
So, psychic.
Yep.
And I'm using my CP this round to basically heal my patriarch for 1d3 wounds, which takes him back up to the full 5. Just in some off chance I get a double explosion. Psychic, we're going to start with, we're going to cast Mass Hypnosis from my patriarch onto that one over there.
Okay.
One over there. So that goes off. And then my Magus is going to cast, we're going to cast Smite, I guess, to start with. So it goes off on a 10 on the nearest rhino,
Gotcha.
which does 1 mortal wound.
So it kills it.
Which kills it.
So does it explode?
Please no.
It does not.
Yeah, so shooting. We'll start with, I don't think Kalimorph is in range. No. But Sanctus definitely is, so he gets his 1 shot. Hits and does not wound, and inside here everyone's basically fine. So charges.
Yep.
We're going to get patriarch into
Rhino that can't overwatch.
Overwatch. And
Put those Genestealers in, or
no, we're going to keep them out just in case they get killed on explosion as well.
yeah.
And then he gets 6 attacks.
All right.
On 2s, so all hit. And wounding on his strength 7, so 4s, sorry. Re-rolling. So that's 4, so 3 at -3.
Okay.
3 at -3, D3 damage, and 1 at -6, flat 3 damage.
Okay. So already takes 3, so he's at. So he's already got 3 on him, and then these are -3, so that means 6s.
Oh,
So 2 go through.
so he's gonna live.
So 2d3. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. 2 wins.
It's at 5 remaining. Worth a try though.
Both worth a try.
So anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah. I guess I get a D3 attacks back.
And these are at -1 to hit.
Okay. So I need a 7, but 6 always hit.
Yeah.
All right, nothing. So
that's it.
yeah.
So I think it was a victory for Black Legion. I think pretty early on that squad had decided that they weren't going to get engaged and leave their fellows to a slaughter alley over here. But they walked away with the points. I really couldn't spare the units over here to get into your deployment. It would have been such a long walk and open fire all the way. So we were just playing for the experience down here after about turn 3. But they did well and survived. Glad a bunch of my characters survived.
Oh yeah. You got a ton of experience over there, and
we managed to get some good kills. So it's good. Made a change from last game.
Yeah.
And everything died basically.
Yeah.
So.
But I just kept overextending and making little mistakes like forgetting about interrupt. But other than that, I was pretty happy with how the game went.
Yeah.
So.
Your Black Legion warlord was definitely very trigger happy.
Yeah, got a little greedy.
Like true Black Legion fashion, just charged in with a hammer, and unfortunately got on the receiving end of some Genestealers. But but that was a great game.
Yeah,
as always. So
Yep.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for playing.
Yeah.